that way toward the rock. I'm going to get better at this, I promise you. Well, good morning and welcome to another Timid Turtle adventure. It's a beautiful late November morning and we're off for a road trip adventure. And of course, when you go on a road trip, you have to take equipment with you. So we've come fully equipped for this road trip. I'm bringing along my trusty camera and tripod. I have with me my 18 to 135 all-round lens that I use a lot of the time. I have my 15mm limited lens, and I have a 40mm pancake lens. That, besides my camera cleaning kit, is all I'm bringing with me for camera equipment. Diana's brought along her art stuff. Diana, what did you bring with you today?
My little art box, and inside I have the black, white, and three primary colors.
And Diana, are you using acrylic paint today or are you using oil paint? What kind of paint?
It'll be acrylic.
Acrylic paint,
yeah.
Okay.
And I just brought a few brushes, just different sizes.
Always come in handy for painting?
Water container, some water for the acrylic.
And for the girl?
And for me. And our trusty towel, and of course a little canvas.
Okay, what size canvas is that?
That is a 10 by 10.
Okay, and this might sound like a stupid question, but do you take the plastic off before you paint on it?
I'm just protecting it right now until I decide what goes on it.
I see. So you can tell I'm not a painter. What else do you have?
I have a chair to sit on.
Oh, so do I.
I just love these chairs.
Oh, we've got to have them. We're not sponsored by these guys, but these Helinox chairs are brilliant. One of the best purchases we ever made. What else do we have?
Well, just my hat and gloves and to keep warm, and that's it.
That's
good. All I need for doing some painting. Hopefully we'll see something along our way.
Yes, definitely. We've already seen some beautiful light this morning. As I said, it is late November though, so it isn't especially warm out here, so we are equipped with hats and gloves. And one very important ingredient you must have for a road trip: coffee.
I didn't get any!
She already had her coffee. So let's get back in the truck, head down the highway, and see what we can find. There's an amazing cloud inversion today that's hanging over the bottom of the valley. It's almost blinding with that sunlight coming through those inverted clouds. We've just stopped here to take a couple of pictures before we continue down the highway. Is that not amazing? The cloud inversion that we came down here to capture has moved off very quickly. The clouds just burned off and lifted. I think we were able to get a few great shots though before it left. We're going to continue our adventure now, heading down the highway and seeing what else we can find. It's important when you're on the road to keep properly nourished and hydrated. In this case, this will have to do. We've come to another neat area. There's lots of clouds still hanging low, but look at the field behind us. Right over here behind us, there's a very scenic pond, and there's some old buildings. We're going to get a few pictures in this area, see how they turn out. Well, good news. I got to use my 15mm limited lens, and why wouldn't I? Check out this landscape behind me. Big, wide sky. Beautiful. The only problem is that people have started to show up, and it's getting a little busy. You can see we've got some folks parked right in front of where we were shooting, and across the street we have another couple of folks. But what are you going to do? A place like this, as beautiful as this, people are going to show up. That's why we did. As you can see, we've come up quite a bit higher. There's even snow up here. And it's still very cloudy. Makes for some very neat, misty sort of shots. So we're going to go over by this pond behind us here, and we're going to check out if there's anything interesting there. We're looking around for subjects out here and finding it pretty tough. With this mist overhead, there's really no color. Now that we have no leaves left on the trees, there is that cool pond over there that I was telling you about, but it's obscured by branches that are between here and the pond, so very difficult for us to get a good shot of that or to get a good painting of it. We're going to move on.
The fence is in the way.
And the fence is in the way. I want you to listen to something for a second. Listen to this. That's the sound of nothing. This is great out here. We're going to try for a very minimal image out here. You see behind me there's a rock and some trees, and behind that in the sky there's a lot of gray. It really makes the rock and the trees stand out from the background. And we're going to try for a minimal image that has some of this grass behind me that runs up to the rock, leading toward the rock. That way toward the rock. I'm going to get better at this, I promise you. We're up in the clouds now, and as you can see, it makes some really cool images. Look at this line of trees with the mist. Very neat. I'm going to set up here and take a few shots of this, trying to get some of this yellow in the field, and then the misty, spooky, mystical aspects of the background. Just a few minutes after I did that last stand-up talk to you, we came down the road to here and suddenly came out of the fog. You can see it behind us. That's still the fog back where we were just a minute ago. But over here, it's rapidly clearing off. And if you look across the street behind me, look at that. It's like a summer day over there. You might find this hard to believe, but this is the same day. Look at this. It's like a ski village. But we turn just across the street and it's completely clear. What a contrast. That brings us to the end of the driving portion of today's program. We had a great day out in the country. We didn't expect to actually run into winter out there as much as we did. And now we're back in town. It's like a nice late fall day again. Diana didn't get any painting done. Diana, any comment about that?
Boo-hoo.
But she got a lot of good ideas for other paintings she can do in the future. And in fact, some of the pictures I took probably will become paintings of hers someday. So we've got one more very important thing to take care of before we sign off for the day. So hold tight. Cheers! Here's to a good day. That was a great road trip. I hope you enjoyed it too. We'll put that together and we'll see you the next time.
Snowball fight?